Hello YouTube, Spec Ops Delta here, and I am playing Battlefield 3 once again. This is a gameplay commentary. I am running the SCAR, the Engineer Kit, and this is Grand Bazaar, the big one, the large Conquest Rush, which means it's 32 versus 32, and some people hate that, but I love that. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to hopefully give you some tips that will help you. Now, you can see right off the bat, I run Engineer Kit for this very reason. The tanks generally collide at either corner map. It's either the E or it's D, all the way on the other side. And you have to be NG so that you can back up your tank driver. In this case, my tank driver is Patois, who's a brilliant tank driver, and I gun for him quite a lot. Some of you know that I don't drive tanks, and I usually gun for them. So you can see that we pushed up, and now with their tank gone, we're able to push where they spawn, which is back here in the left corner down the street, and we're able to hold them off, capping A and moving forward as an entire team. We've sort of cut that team off. And we've done it very effectively, and so we're just going to stay in this tank as long as possible. We're going to roll up to A because we want to shoot the people in that hallway in the back. And Pat was dealing with some other stuff, namely those people, and I think a tank comes later. But posting up on this road and shooting into the main bazaar hallway right in there is just killer when the whole team suddenly realizes that there is a tank behind them. And I get lucky here, I get 2, but there have been times where there have been 6 or 8 people in there, and it is just deadly, but it's really hilarious. So that's a good tip. Anyway, you can see Engineer, and Mortar is coming down. Mortar is coming down, and I don't really like Mortar. It's really irritating, and so we're trying to back up. I'm keeping him repaired. This is another reason why I run Engineer, and it's if you're going to run in the tank, you should be Engineer all the time, no matter what. There's just no other reason not to. So their tank is spawned up again, and we are able to take it out once again. And so that has cut them off from armor twice in a row now. They're without armor, and you can see that they only have the B flag. So that is the central flag, and we head to their spawn to cut off their flank. You can see they tried to flank to E, which was unsuccessful, and a few of them try and flank to E once more and around to D or maybe back to A, but it doesn't matter because we are going to roll up here, and I'm going to get that little mortaring bitch right there. Oh, it felt so good to kill a guy with mortar, because sometimes, okay, I'm going to sidebar here. I play a lot of Rush, and I think Rush is fun and exciting, and that, you pack a lot of people in, and you just fight it out, and it's fun. But I also like Conquest. But in Rush, the problem is there are zones that you cannot go into. For instance, if you are defending, you cannot go into the attacker spawn. So if someone is attacking, and he decides to mortar, he is literally unkillable, and he can rain mortars down all day, every day, unlimited, spammable mortar fire from the sky that you can't do anything about. Oh, that's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I get killed by a mortar guy later here, and in this very game. So me kind of, killing in this spawn, even though it's not really spawn rate, because the people that spawn here, I don't know why they're spawning here. See, there's that mortar guy again. I don't know what his problem is. I just killed him. He had to have known that a tank was there. So, I don't know. It was very... I almost said... I'm getting my words mixed up. It's very cathartic, and I almost said lethargic. So, wow. What a word fail. Maybe I should go back to school. Anyway, so we are almost done killing them here because it got boring. And they do have B, and we wanted to back up our team because, if they can spread out to B, before you know it, they can get all the bases outlying C while we're just doing our thing and not really helping our team at all while we were doing that. So we cut them off just enough that they could not get out, and now you can see they're trying to come out again. But, oh no, what has happened? Patois disconnected! So I'm left a gun by myself, and you will see why I don't drive very many tanks. I don't at all. I usually gun for people because I don't know. Something about driving is very difficult. I would much prefer gunning. So I think he's trying to spawn back in, and I'm trying to keep the tank alive. And I know that we've been up for a long time in this tank, and I know there are people on the other team who really, really want to see me dead. So I try a last-ditch effort after killing these 2 guys. I try and drive up these stairs so I can just look straight down at the bazaar at B. And let's see how this works out. push, push. No, it doesn't work. So you can't get up those stairs, which is kind of disappointing. Maybe I could go around, but, you know, I'm at 59%. Pat spawns in. I bail out of the tank and shoot this guy, but there is someone else at A, and I am taken down. So it was a good run, though. It was a great run, and we did what we needed to do. We took their armor down, we kept it down, and I spawned at E thinking it was D because their tank is taking D. So I spawned, I got mixed up with my flags. So I have to run all the way across. So what do you do when you run all the way across? They have B, they have A. You know, I need to get to D. How am I going to do that? Well, you use these inner tunnels. Now you can see they're fighting at the main bazaar hallway. Nope, I don't want any of that. Goodbye. I will pass you, pass go, don't even care. I don't want any part of that because that is just asking to die over and over and over. That is asking to get spawn killed with grenades and rocket spam, and it's just bad. So I just skip it. I skip it totally. And I need to back up Patwa at D because there's a tank there and he can't do it by himself. So I help him out by spotting, and then I cross the street because in this tunnel area on the side, you are pretty well protected from that tank on the street. And there are a few little outlets and holes where you can sort of pop up and take pot shots at the tank. So I fire at the tank and get a hit. You know, we're constantly in communication. And this is a live comm that I did record, so I'm going to upload it, I think, to the Quantic Media channel. You can hear all the live callouts. But you can see that people have jumped out of the tank, and there he is. I saw people jumped out because the tank went white on the screen. The minimap, when it goes white, he jumped out. So I assumed that he jumped out to chase me down because he was at low health, which I turned out to be right, and I was ready for him. This, disregard that. That is a poor display of accuracy, and then I run into B to try and flank around, but they are already in there. So that's okay. That's fine. I know where they are now. I know that their team is spreading out. I know that we haven't been able to contain them totally at B. You can see they've spread to A, B, and D. And this guy, what is he doing? I have no idea. So you know what? Flashlight in the face. How do you like it? How do you like it, buddy? Flashlight in the face. Oh, and then he runs away. So that's what I do. Teammates don't help. I give him a flashlight to the face. And that thing is so bright. It's unbelievably bright, and I don't know if it helped or not, but it made me feel better, and I was yelling at him in the screen, oh, how do you like it? Anyway, now I'm back here, and I think there are probably people here. So I do a nade check, and I hear a voice. So boom, he's done, which was, it was a good tactic by him, is just to rush the grenade, because someone would not have expected that normally, and it's something I would have done, you know. If a grenade gets thrown into the door, most of the time, people wait outside the door, wait for it to go off, and then run in, kind of like a flashbang. And they're not expecting someone to run out of the room before you get there, if that makes any sense at all. So that was a good tactic by him. Unfortunately, I was already aiming into that doorway. Okay. Oh well. And so finally back at D, and I am at low health. I'm at 4% health, and I kind of like how it goes black and white. And you're like, oh no. Anyway, I heard this guy, and he shot my friend. You could see there, and I knew he would probably be reloading. So I used that perfect opportunity to capitalize and take him out, and boom. Oh, mortar from the sky. Death from above. Yeah. Running squad sprint, too. How awesome. He's sitting there not moving. No, not squad sprint, just personal sprint. Yeah, guys, if I need to move position with my mortar, I'm going to get there super fast. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to run it. This is a good part. So they have A and B. I spawned at D, and you cut through these hallways. That is the crux of what I'm telling you. You need to cut through these hallways because people camp in these little doorways, and you can get good triple sprays. And Pat backed me up, and he got that fourth guy, which was great. And so you slice them through A and B. You cut off that support they have from A going to B, and it just murders them, you know? You get another guy. Those people out there, I don't really care about, so I'm just going to pop another one with the SCAR and get two more with the MP443. And I have effectively, by myself, taken out almost the entire team at B. And that's what you have to do. The PKP, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I like to call it the pa-ching, like a bullet whizzing off. Pa-ching. Anyway, the PKP wrecks me. But it doesn't matter because we were able to cut them off from A to B. Now I'm back and look at all these people here. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. No way. There's all these people. I get a lucky grenade, but the enemy is just going to be looking down that hallway and it's going to be dumb. So what do? Flank again. You just take the road straight from D to A. Boom. Done. And it's easy. And they're suddenly bottlenecked again, where they're effectively surrounded. They can't go ultimately through that entire hallway, and they can't wrap around this way. So flanking and surrounding them is definitely what you have to do on this map. It's very close quarters, and I found that if you take the time to learn some of the tunnels and some of the little side hallways that they have, they're really useful. And I can see why they put some hallways there and whatnot, and they help. At least they help me. So we're effectively behind them, and I'm hoping that they're all facing A, and I don't see that many. They're all facing B. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said A. Probably because there's a big A in the middle of my screen every time I look at that stupid flag because my res is high and the chat box. And if you have noticed the chat box, this is how I play, and it's kind of, look at that, boom. It's like wearing an eye patch. I might as well close my right eye when I type something in the chat. Anyway, so Pat was able to give me a spawn point at A. So I jump in at A, jump in the tank just to get a little bit of cover, and I hear more mortar coming down on this tank. So I want to keep this tank alive. I want to keep this tank alive because it is going to be a great barrier between their spawn and A. So if we can keep people... Oh, mortar again. Jolly Green Giant. Squad sprint for the win. I love that. It's so funny. Anyway, I'm at A. We've captured A. So now, guess what? We have them surrounded at B again. Now, instead of going through the hallway, no. That's where they expect I'm going to go. You don't want to go there. You want to cut through the side hallways. There's one guy here. I'm able to see one guy spawn in this little... Now, straight in front of me, that's a dead end, and sometimes people spawn there. Sometimes in the back corner there's a dumpster where people like to put spawn beacons, so be aware of that. And this push maybe was a little bit hasty to be. You can see that we're losing C and E, but it's really important to clear off B because it is a really strategic part of the map, and there's so many little hidey holes that if you don't kill off their entire team at B, they can spawn on each other and instantly have a good portion of their team back at B, and you are left being surprised, caught off guard, and you will just get crushed, and they will retake the flag, and you'll lose tickets due to deaths and from them having a flag. So you definitely don't want that, and that's it. We have this game in the bag. 136 tickets to 8. They're not going anywhere. I pop an RPG just for the lulz, and we have this game won. And we have this game won for 3 key reasons. The first is because we jumped in the armor early and were able to stop their armor from advancing. The second is that we were able to stay in the armor and hold off their team advancing from their spawn to A, and likewise distract people at A from going to B as reinforcements. And C, once we were on the ground, we were able to cut them off in key positions around the map so that their flags could not receive the reinforcements that they needed, and definitely helped our team out. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it shows you how I view the battlefield and hopefully helps you in some of the tips and tricks. I love making videos like that to show you my strategies and how I view the battlefield. This is how I look at the game and how I see the game, how it makes sense to me. So hopefully it helps someone, and I just wanted to say that you guys are awesome, and that's it. I will see you on the battlefield, guys. All the best, everyone.